you all. I just had the urge to do a Fable Friday today. I feel like there's a lot I need to get you caught up on. I feel like Vlogmas is a bit more like festive and prescriptive and things like that, so I don't really get an opportunity just to kind of just chat. Even though we did vlogs where I just talked and took you on the road, it was just more in the spirit of gearing up for the holidays. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit more about what's going on with me. One, first and foremost, I don't even know if this is all turned the right way, but I feel like I'm restless when it comes to these piercings, but I did change up some of my piercings. My latest and greatest, I used to have for 6 months now, the earring that came with the actual piercing in this ear. So I did just recently change it out to a marquee earring that I got from Studs. You all saw that as one of the hauls that I did during Vlogmas. So I did switch it out for one of the marquee earrings that I got, and it's cute, it's dangly, it's doing all the things that I wanted to do. And then on this side at the top, I did have a marquee earring as well, but I just felt like the dangly bit was a little too long and it kept getting turned and caught, and it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do, even though it's cute. So I switched it out for this bow and heart at the top of this earring, and I'm really happy with what I have here. I may change out some of these here in the lobe at some point. Those are easy. I change those out myself. I just, for the life of me, don't have the patience to change out the ones in the cartilage. They do sell a tool for that, but I don't have the tool, so maybe I'll get the tool and maybe it'll save me some time. But I am really loving these earrings from Studs. If you're in the market, go check those out. The next thing is an update on my closet, clear out, clean up, all of that. It's still in the works. My whole idea of grandeur is what I like to call it, is that I was going to have it all done by the time I rang in the new year. And every time I looked at that pile of clothes, it just felt more and more daunting and overwhelming. What makes it overwhelming is the fact that I have to clear out and declutter first, so I can make room for the things that I've hauled over time and all that good stuff and washed and didn't put away. And we talked about this. I struggle with what I need to get rid of. So I've started that process. I have 2 bags of clothes and a bag of shoes so far, and I've gone through maybe about 40 to 50% of my clothes. So there may be another 3 garbage bags more to come of things that I'm going to declutter. And then there are some things that I'm going to sell too, so that probably would have been a bag's worth, but I'm going to sell those items. So I am feeling optimistic about the whole clean up, clear out, except I have a big problem brewing in my closet. So about 7 years ago, right before I started my own YouTube channel, I started dabbling in YouTube in general. I really wasn't a YouTube person prior to 7 years ago, to be fair. Maybe a funny video here or there that somebody might send me, but I really wasn't into YouTube. And then I went onto YouTube to learn how to do things myself. Like I learned how to do twists with added hair on my own, and I wanted to expand my closet, add more racks to my walls, and figure that out. And I learned how to got my drills and tools and wood, and then I built out some extra racks in my room. Well, those racks that I built out 7 years ago are starting to fall down. And so I have a big problem brewing in my room right now, where I have to clear out, declutter, bring in an extra rack, move the clothes over, rebuild, fix my wall and rebuild that rack so I can hang my clothes back up. And I'm just not interested in that whole process. But the reason why I say the problem is brewing is because it's hanging off the wall. It hasn't fallen completely off the wall, and it hasn't made like a big gash hole in my wall yet. So it's on its way, but it's a problem that's brewing. The other thing I'm excited to share is that, remember I told you I started a knee tuck challenge. It's kind of kicking off this fitness journey that I've started. The knee tuck challenge was doing 100 knee tucks per day for 30 days. It started out as I saw a friend doing it, and it was for a week, and I upped the ante and said I would do it for 30 days. Why? Why did I say 30 days? Ill-advised, drunk on excitement and Vlogmas fun. I don't know why I would do that. I thought that it would get easier. Like it did not get easier. I guess maybe it got easier from like the first 2 days. The first day that I did it, like my muscles cramped up and seized, and like it was like a Charlie horse, sort of thing in my cramped up. And then, I mean, I didn't cramp up, but I still got tired. You would think that like after 15 days of doing it, I could easily do 150 and then go to 200. No, I was tired every single time I did them. And some days I went all the way through and did 100 all the way through. Some days I broke it up into bits. Like I would do 10, go and do some work, do 10, do some work, or do 30, do something else. I mean, sometimes I would break it up into parts of my day, whatever. And I found different methods worked depending on my feeling for that day. Being fully transparent, I did miss, I think, 4 days out of the 30 days because of whether it be illness or holiday or whatever it was in there. There were several days in there that I missed for various reasons. Life was just lifing, and I gave myself a pass. I probably should have extended it a few more days so I can get 30 days in, but I just wanted to time cap it, time bound it by 30 days. And so I think I did 26 out of the 30 days, to be fair. Will I do it again? No, not this particular challenge. I'm up for other challenges, but this one, not so much. The other thing I kind of alluded to during another video is that two videos, I think I alluded to this, is my sneaker thing, sneaker journey, and how many sneakers I own. So I thought I had like 88 at one point, then I thought I miscounted and then I said I had 78, and then I recounted, and it turns out I was right the first time. I did have like the 88. And so since then I've added maybe about, I added about 10 more pairs and got to 98. And coming up soon, I do have coming in the mail another couple pairs, so that should bring me to like 100 pairs of sneakers. Will I stop? I doubt it. But we did talk about the whole declutter and keeping the things that serve me, just not having sneakers for the sake of having numbers. So I may do a little bit of a declutter on the sneakers, sell some, donate some, whatever the case may be. That'll bring me back under the 100. So maybe the magic number for sneakers would be 100. And then once I get to that number again, it's time, and I want to get some more, maybe get rid of some and buy, keep going with that cycle. I don't know if 100 is the number, but I'm talking out loud here. We're discussing. So you let me know. The next thing I want to talk about, I mentioned this, alluded to this, the fact that I have a bunch of like annoying health things going on. This is typically the month where I go in for all of my checkups and just the things that you're supposed to do. I usually leave them for the end of the year when I have time off and the luxury of going at any time during the day. And well, things have not gone smoothly. I can't say that any one of the visits that I've had to go to for any of my doctor visits have been smooth. There's been some sort of gotcha. And there's one that was probably the most serious gotcha. I had a scan done and they were like, hey, we see something, we'd like you to come back in. And I came back in for them to do deeper analysis. And they put me in, after the test, they put me in this little tiny room. I've never been in a room like this before. There was literally nothing in this room but 2 chairs and a box of tissues. So I'm like, oh snap, they're about to give me some really bad news, because why would they put me in this little tiny room with a box of tissues? Are they expecting me to cry or what? So it turns out they did find something, and I do need to come back in for additional testing, some invasive testing. And I'll keep you all posted. I'm not worried. I won't worry until they give me something to worry about. But I'm wondering if any of you have experienced anything like that, where you went in for what you thought would be a routine visit and they had more to share with you than you were prepared to hear. And what was that whole experience about, if you don't mind sharing? What was that whole experience like? And did they put you in a room like that? Just to know, I just want to know. So I just want to do a Fable Friday, get you caught up, but there are a lot of fun videos coming up, and I want you to be on ready. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you can be right at the tip of the spear of the new things that are coming up for me. I have some fragrances coming. Ill-advised. I did do a blind buy on a few fragrances, just some things that I had just been really wanting to try, and I just said forget it. The price was right, and I did a couple blind buys, or triple blind buys. So we'll experience that together when it comes in. I have some new stores that I want to explore with you that I've shopped, and kind of get you in a know about some of these new vendors. I did a few clothing hauls, a few meaning like 4 or 5 clothing hauls with different stores, very small ones, but different stores all together. I did the sneaker haul we were talking about, where I have a few pairs coming in that'll round me up to like 100 or so pairs of sneakers. So I'm really excited to share all of that with you. It's all coming up. Make sure you tune in, subscribe, share, comment, all the things below. Really looking forward to 2025. It wasn't looking good for 2025. Things were bleak. I had many reasons to not come back for 2025, but I turned things around in the second half of the year. I feel optimistic about moving forward with continuing to share content. I mean, it brings me joy first and foremost. That was my why. Find like-minded people who enjoy fashion and bargain shopping and Chicago and all of that. And I think I've found my family. And my goal here is just to expand that family, share with more people, and just kind of build that community that just is nothing but positivity and saving money and looking stylish. So tune in if you love this, if you enjoy this, share it with your friends. We have a lot more ground to cover, a lot more of the market to corner. Let's do it together. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. I already said that. Bye.
Rocky, she's just a fashion girl from Chicago. Rocky, just a fashion girl from Chicago.